What's up, guys? This is Aaron. I'm starting a new YouTube page to talk about racing because it's a passion of mine. I grew up on racing. I've been to the Brickyard since '96, and it's just a love of my life. I wanted to start out by doing a video talking about Speedweeks this year. If you didn't pay any attention to it, the ARCA series, along with NASCAR, was competing at Daytona for the last 10 days. Ridiculousness. I love that track. Speedweeks is the best thing ever. After the ridiculous off season we have, it's just so nice to get back in the groove. You know what I mean? It started off with the ARCA series. They had a pretty good race last, was it like Friday, a week ago. And honestly, I'm not a big fan of the ARCA races at Daytona because it turns into follow the leader a lot. But it's always fun to watch old Bobby Gerhart go for the victories. And I thought he was going to get it again. He was leading, but when he fell off late in the race with an issue, it pretty much just opened the door for John West Townley, and he got a nice win. Add that one to his resume as he's trying to move up. I'm wishing him the best. He's looking like he's going to be pretty good this year. I didn't think he looked too bad in the truck race either. Speaking of the truck race, that was probably the most boring of the NASCAR races this year, as much as I hate to admit it, only because of the ending. They had a wreck on the last lap, and they had to call the race going into turn one. I'm shamelessly admitting it, I'm a Ty Dillon fan, and I was really getting my hopes up because he jumped up on the outside there coming into turn one, and I thought he was going to make a move and get in probably like second or third. I thought Sauter and Busch were going to be the two to beat, but I thought Ty would at least have a shot at him, but just how racing goes sometimes. Congrats to Johnny Sauter on the big win. He kind of deserved it after he got dumped by John King last year, so props to him. The Nationwide Series was by far the craziest. That ending scared the crap out of me. I think I speak for the whole NASCAR community when I say thank God that everybody's okay and nobody died from that wreck. I'm glad Kyle Larson's okay. He's a great kid. I've been watching him in the USAC series for the last 2 or 3 years, and he's just been a delight to watch. He's got so much talent. I hate that one of his first big races in NASCAR had to end like that. Scary stuff right there. But I'm really glad that everybody's okay and NASCAR was able to work their way through it. Congrats to Tony Stewart because somehow he pulled it off again. I don't know how. It's 2 years in a row that the guy who won the race was way behind the leader off turn four. But congrats to him for pulling off a good finish and sneaking it in there. And then Cup obviously started with the Sprint Unlimited. I didn't know how I felt about that. I really missed the old Bud Shootout format, but the Unlimited was a pretty good race. There was a lot of follow the leader stuff. Kevin Harvick had it pretty easy, honestly. My congrats to him on getting the big win. Will Keelan, his good luck charm pushed him on. I thought that was adorable that he puts him in the race car before the races. I hope we see that little dude in NASCAR one of these days. And congrats to Harvick on that win. And then, as the whole world knows, Danica got the pole on pole day. She looked really good all week. I was honestly pretty surprised, considering she wrecked in almost every Daytona race she's been in. I thought she did a really good job, and I think it really helped NASCAR as a whole, because love her or hate her, she brings a lot of attention to our sport, and I don't think it can do anything but help us if she does good. Same for Junior, as you all know. He does good, the ratings go up, so hopefully you can get used to it, and hopefully she does good. And then the Gatorade duels, Harvick had an easy one. Obviously, I think Harvick's probably the best, if not Stewart. I feel like they're the two best at working the draft nowadays. And I think it showed a lot in the last week. Kyle Busch looked good as always in his duel. He had a pretty easy win. And, after that, we just had to get excited for race day. And this 500, I'll admit, it was a little boring at times. They went single file for 180 out of the 200 laps. But it ended up finishing pretty strongly. I thought it was a really good race to the finish. Junior somehow always pulls off some ridiculous move and gets a shot at it, but he came up short again. Jimmy Johnson and Chad Knaus, them boys just know how to run races. They ran it perfectly all day, stayed out of trouble, avoided the wreck that took out the two or three favorites with Kane, Harvick, and Stewart. Stewart's become the new Earnhardt at this track. He just cannot win the 500. He's won everything else. But Johnson just played it smart the whole time and when Keselowski was on the inside lane on that last restart, you knew Johnson was going to pull out there. Honestly, he just had a pretty easy stroll to the finish. I mean, he had to make a block or two, but it was just so hard to pass the leader there. I thought it was so weird after all the ridiculous passing we've had at Daytona the last few years. They just could not pass the leader this time. It's really different, but I really liked it. I love the Gen 6 cars. I think they're great race cars, and I'm really excited to see how they all do coming up here on the actual brunt of the schedule, the cookie cutters, the mile and a half, the 2 miles, the short tracks. I can't wait. I think it's going to be a really good season. All the series are just stacked with talent this year. You've got Vickers, Sadler, freaking Austin Dillon, all them boys, Trevor Bayne, Travis Pastrana, everybody running for the nationwide title. You got Ty Dillon, Darrell Wallace, freaking James Busher coming back. You've got tons of talent in the Truck Series. And the Cup Series is always packed. If you look past the whole Stenica Rookie of the Year battle, even though they're both really talented, I think the Cup Series is going to be full of immense talent, and there's going to be a lot of different drivers that are going to win this year. I think it's going to be a great season, and I can't wait to watch it all unfold. Thanks, guys, for watching my video. I'm going to be cranking more of them out soon, and you guys all have a fabulous day.